Impossible? Ha! Watch me. That word is not in my vocabulary. Welcome to my mentality, where I will show you freedom, recognition, for every athlete, every woman, for my team, for me. Say my name because I am the best at what I do. The All-American, the Olympian. My craft is my free expression, where I compete to win. I stand for racial equality, gender equality, income equality, as a guaranteed, tangible reality. Welcome to where I play, where I am free.
Tonight's match is presented by Geico. Welcome inside Fair Park Coliseum, which saw history made yesterday with the launch of professional volleyball in North America. Tonight we do it all again, Team Clark versus Team King. This is Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Welcome inside, everybody. I'm Kevin Barnett, and next to me is former national team captain Salima Rockwell. Salima, a totally unique league, a team setting, an individual title. There are some special things going on in Athletes Unlimited Volleyball.
Well, the draft will occur every Tuesday for the upcoming weekend. Teams will play 3 fixed sets, which is different from the traditional 3 out of 5. Players will be able to earn points through set wins, match wins, and individual points, and also MVP points. At the end of the season, we'll crown an individual champion of the Athletes Unlimited Volleyball League.
You're going to get a quick look at the leader of the points tonight in our first match. Power, confidence, offense, all described Leah Edmond in match 1. She'll be asked to do it all again tonight for Team Clark. Match number 3 takes flight next on CBS Sports Network.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
Beautiful look at Fair Park, an outstanding complex in downtown Dallas, Texas. Teams along the end line, and we are ready for the second trip into Athletes Unlimited waters for these two teams. Salima Rockwell, what did we learn last night about the league or about these two teams in particular?
Well, we learned a lot last night, mostly about the point scoring and how important those team wins actually are. We saw 2 big wins from both teams last night, not these teams, but we saw 2 big wins last night, and that was really what catapulted some of the leaders into where they are.
Taylor Bruns will be at the controls. If you joined us last night, there was an injury to Val Nickel on that side, so she is the lone setter. Leah Edmond, who we mentioned, and Cassidy Lickman, who chopped everybody up in match number 1. That for Team Clark, and that is Tiffany Clark, the captain, the libero. For Bree King on the other side, Team King, she is the setter, taking over for the unavailable Ali Bastinelli. She is inactive. They were still looking for a good performance, kind of what you're expecting from Betania de la Cruz. We'll call her Betty, that is her preferred. And in the opposite position, look who's in. Shayla Castro, 2-time gold medalist.
Well, I'm so excited, and I know everybody else is. She got a little playing time yesterday, but we're excited to see her in this starting lineup and what she does and what she brings to a team, which we know is win.
A heavy international arm from Shayla Castro. So if Shayla and Betty can go off, Team Orange can pick up a win. We are underway. Taylor Sambothi is the first attack there out of the middle. That ball's still alive. It'll be sent over free ball. I love how high Lickman put that ball.
Well, that's what she does so well. She knows and she understands the flight, the pace of the game, and the importance of doing that to give the hitters time to hit. And you see Edmond just go over the top. She kind of mishits that, a little side spin on it, but over the top in the middle of the court.
An acknowledgement you saw there when she went to Clark that I got lucky on that one. And speaking of lucky, Sambothi trickles it over the net. Used to be in volleyball, late 90s, you could not hit the net with the serve. It was considered a let serve. You would serve again, hit the net, and it would be a double fault, much like tennis. However, about 20 years ago, they decided you could hit the net and it would still be in play. a net violation that time. Yeah, Stalls are trying to dunk that one right in the top of the tape. Team Clark out to a quick 3-0. 3-0 looks worse than it, or feels worse than it actually is. There you go, 3-1. Right back in it.
Happens pretty fast.
We saw a team go down 5-0 last night and come back. Did not win the set, but it was tied. As Sam Bothy checks out, the one-time Ohio State star. Here is Betania de la Cruz. Jump serve coming. Edmond on the high ball.
Edmond has been so impressive. Last night, she was just playing out of her mind. And a ball that's served this tough, you see Bruns has to chase it down and really bump set it. It's hard. It's very difficult to chase down, to track, let alone really to get a kill. So that's what's impressed me the most about Leah Edmond at such a young age, her ability to hit those out-of-system sets.
Shayla a little under that one, and speaking of under, it is Tiff Clark. Shayla again, powers it through. Shayla and the twins are here in town.
Shayla and the twins, they are so adorable. But Shayla Castro just knows, she knows how to find kills, hits this ball through the block, and really power it through, and that's what she's known for.
Brazilian superstar, now 37 years of age. Team Blue still scrambling. Orange under control. A bad set overhead. Edmond. Another put away, this time on the right.
She's starting like she finished last night. This is why Leah Edmond is in the lead on your leaderboard right now.
And why has she been so effective at getting kills? When you say she's in rhythm, what does that mean?
Well, it's just the perfect set where she can get on top of the ball. She feels like she can get a good swing on that ball, and then it comes with some confidence, right? You see players gain confidence throughout the course of a match, and we definitely saw that with Leah Edmond last night. On any ball, she was just going after it.
I love how he asked her in the post-match, you're playing with such confidence. Did that build through the match? No, I'm always like that. All right.
It's beautiful.
I love it. Clark fights that one off perfectly. Lichtman high to the corner. Cassidy Lichtman is unassuming.
She really is. I mean, she just kind of does her job, takes care of what she needs to do. This is that ball she was scoring on. You see the defenders are kind of a little bit deeper in that corner, but that's the one she was scoring on a lot last night. So they're trying to make some defensive adjustments on her.
Backslide is good. Nia Grant out of Penn State once upon a time, now a seasoned pro.
Well, Nia Grant has been playing professional volleyball for the last maybe 5 or 6 years. Really enjoyed her time, and she's fast off the floor. She's high above the net.
And she wasn't getting a lot of opportunity here early in the league as Wanabu goes over the top. Nia Grant was struggling to get opportunities for a combination of reasons. Wasn't expected to play much on the team she was on because of the adjustments to the roster. She's moved over to Team Orange. Nia, now's the time. You need to go all GME. To the moon, Nia.
That's it.
To the moon. They didn't get her the ball too much, but passing was an issue for Orange last night. That one will be chucked by Grant. Not what's expected out of middles.
No, not at all.
Middles are not typically your backup setter. Who should be setting when the setter handles the ball?
Well, generally that's the libero. So if the setter handles the ball, that's what you want to have happen. Sometimes it's even right front, depending on where they dig it, but generally it's the libero.
8-4 doubling up. Team Clark. That one just inside, thrown by De La Cruz.
Number 81, Betania de la Cruz with the kill. Point.
De La Cruz sees the court, knows exactly where she wants to go with this ball. Not a high tip over the top, just kind of pushing that ball down through the block.
Grant will check out, and in comes Holly Tolliver, Michigan native.
I like this sub. She's a really good serve. Both her jump topspin and her floating serve, her jump float is really effective.
Tough to come in and hit it off the bench when you're cold. I like the sub early.
14 Clark. Serving 14 Clark. Number 8,
Well, and Team Orange is going to make some adjustments. They need to make some adjustments based on yesterday. And what do they need to do? Where do they need to upgrade in what positions, right? That's what they're looking at. So a sub like that is one that could potentially lead to strings of points.
Yeah, they changed their starting lineup the most each team will see this evening. Wannabe with some nice defense. Edmond again with the kill. She is just swinging high, hard, let it fly.
You know, and last night they were counting on her, relying on her, and she wanted the ball, and I think she'll continue that. Again, a younger player with fresh legs. She says she recovers, she goes home, she takes care of her body. So she was ready to play again tonight and take a lot of swings.
Team Blue is taking some cuts on both pins.
Well, that's the beauty of having Edmond and Wannabe. I mean, Ebony Wannabe can hit out of the back row. She can hit out of the front row. We know that. But she's as powerful and as dynamic out of the back row.
That tip goes again, almost an identical push from Betania De La Cruz.
And those are the things that De La Cruz does so well. She knows the game. She knows that Ebony Nwanbu's back there on defense, pretty deep on defense. She doesn't have a perfect rhythm on that ball. She can tip right over the top.
That ball is stuffed. Boy, Team Clark can continue the offense they have along with the blocking. It's going to be a quick one.
Well, they're just taking control of the net. And Edmond, we saw a little bit of this last night with her big moves. She knows how to get up and press over the net and really finish with those hands.
Plus 12 for that stuff block. As that one is missed, you can have a back row attacker. You can't touch the ball as setter above the level of the net and have it go over the net. And our first time out of match number 1, set number 1, has been called at 13-6. Team King on the defensive.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware of
So for this draft, I've had experience drafting the scrimmages, and I kind of knew how stressful and how quickly it moves along. And I talked with my coach, Jamie, to just focus on being calm, cool, and collected, and being able to pivot if a person I wanted was selected before. And I knew going in that I wanted to select an opposite first, and that's why I drafted Ebony first. And I went knowing what I wanted the identity of my team to be. I wanted high energy, really scrappy, and a really, really fun team to play with. And I drafted all individuals with those personalities that perfectly fit that team identity that I really wanted.
That was your guaranteed rate draft recap. Look at the individual scoring. This is how it lays out. Each individual action has a result to the player's individual points. There are positives and negatives. You see them there for a kill. 8, hit it out of bounds, get blocked. It's minus 12. 8 points for an error. 12 points for an ace for service. 1 for each assist. If you set it in the antenna, which we saw yesterday, negative 12, and so on down the list. So we'll get you a handle on that as it goes. We'll try and pop up some information for you. Right there is a +1 for a dig. And it's going to be graded by seasoned volleyball people who've been taking stats for years. That ball is out of bounds. So if you hit the ball out of bounds, that will be minus 12.
That's a big minus. That's a big point swing for individual points.
Passing error is minus 12 as well. That was one of the things Leah Edmond did last night. Is she's the serving target, only had 1 receiving error, and fought off a bunch of tough serves.
Well, and she passed well. So here's Shayla on this fast set to the pin, which I think favors her and her speed and her arm, and she sees that space between the blocker's hand and the antenna.
Now serving 14 King, number 81, Batania de la Cruz.
Shayla trying to reset the point high into the block. It's Blue that gets the advantage. Little fake from Bruns, who is left-handed. Stalzer tips it. So Lindsay Stalzer out of Kewanee, Illinois, 6'1", and player who also has had years and years, much like Nia Grant, overseas, just keeps playing.
You know, when you love the game, you just keep it going and you keep playing, and it creates so much. You know, your volleyball IQ just increases. You have greater vision of the game, the sport.
That ball just long. Many of these women expressed their joy that this league had happened in the United States. Many of them used to living 6 months or longer in the Philippines, Sweden, all across the planet. Most of the European leagues are much longer than anywhere else, but you're going to go out to live somewhere else, miss a lot of things back here at home.
It's a difficult time.
They also talked about their families being able to watch in real time. Well, and the wheels are off here in set number 1. Team Clark dominated.
Well, this was kind of a reflection of last night. First set was a little bit, got away from them a little bit, but then they found their groove, ended up winning that third set in last night's match. But it's really about ball control, handling the ball well, and being able to set some clean balls to their hitters. Right now, that connection is a little bit off, and they'll find it. They'll find their groove here.
Remember how this league works. It is an individual title inside of a team setting. We will add up every single one of those individual points as a plus right there for Ebony Wanabu comes in. And that's going to be a +8 for that kill. Every action you have has positive and negative, and those points add from the start to the end. The individual title will be crowned. The wrinkle is you will not play with the same team every week. We will have a draft every Tuesday. You can see it on Facebook Live. If you join the Unlimited Club, you'll get plenty of notifications that it's happening. Make sure you check that out. In the draft, it's going to be a wild story to follow. How do the performances here shape your draft stock this coming Tuesday? And
I think we've already seen that a little bit from the scrimmages. They had an opportunity to do some drafts early on, and we're seeing what the captains are laying importance on.
I want you to get involved with us on social media. AU Pro Sports on Twitter, on Instagram. Grant Lickman checking in. He says, guess who we're rooting for today?
Oh, I have a guess.
One Cassidy Lickman. Stalzer into the cable. Did she get a touch? Blue says no, and eventually draws a whistle.
I wasn't sure if they were going to blow the whistle. You got to keep playing. You know, you got to play to the whistle.
Can we check in with Grant and find out when the avocados are getting here?
You know, I did put in an order. We talked about that a long time ago. It's been weeks now. The storm's not an excuse anymore, Grant.
Cassie Lickman growing up on a avocado farm, or grove she called it. Avocado grove, yeah. There's Cass, actually played setter, libero, and outside hitter in college, all three.
And not just any college, at Stanford. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, one of the top teams in the Pac-12, which is arguably the top conference. Each year it's in the conversation, usually with the Big Ten. Maris Velez Agosto with the dig and the conversion from Betty De La Cruz. International system is a little bit different. Betty De La Cruz, 2011 World Cup best scorer. In the Dominican Republic, she was Player of the Year at 19 years old. already to the senior national team and performing well. Same thing for Shayla. Go all the way back to 2006. She is World Grand Prix MVP. That's the biggest tournament of the year before the end of the season. This tournament starts the national team year every single year with all the best clubs.
It's one of the toughest tournaments. You're traveling week to week. You're going to a new site, and to garner those awards at that tournament is incredibly impressive.
Hometown Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. It was Independence Day yesterday for the Dominican Republic. You see that, 9 different countries playing for and mother for her cause. Each one of these players identifying a cause for whom they wish to play. And a portion of their end of season bonus will be donated at the end of the year to their cause.
We'll see Team Clark subbed in Saria Freeman as a blocking sub again. Looking at controlling with Anya Betty De La Cruz there on the outside. She came in last night and did her job well. See if she can execute again.
In there for Taylor Bruns. I was hoping to see some transition, because what would have been interesting is who will set. I'll bet it was Cassie Lickman from the left front, which would be unusual.
For sure, that would be very unusual. But they're expecting, again, that ball to go to the left side, and a smart job by Bree King recognizing that blocking sub. So she went away from Saria Freeman, set that slide to Nia Grant.
And last night they were unable to get the ball to Nia Grant, so it's a reasonable identification from the blue team. 21-13, Team Clark in control here in set 1. Remember, 40 points available. We talk about team points. 180 total team points available throughout the match. 3 sets and the overall win, which is an aggregate of all 3 sets added together. It's 40 points per set, 60 for the overall win. There's a little momentum for you. Corey Crocker, as you look at the team points, Athletes Unlimited Volleyball there. Each set, so even once the overall could be determined midway through the 3rd set, we've seen that. 40 points still available if you make a comeback in that 3rd set and come up with a victory. We saw Orange do that last night. Team King earned 40. Blue took all 3 in their matchup.
Well, and those are huge points. Those are huge points, getting 180 points just from the set and the match win. That really catapults you to another level, even if you don't even score your own individual points. That's what was interesting and what we saw.
Yeah, when we talk about team points and how important they are, if you want an example of that, when you look at the overall leaderboard, Key Michael, who did not play last night, middle blocker for Team Clark, was high up in the points because she had 180 individual, or pardon me, team points added to her total, even though she lacked individual points at all. It is impossible for you to be on a team that doesn't win, no matter how you perform, and win this championship.
Right.
Checking in for Team Clark, number 17, Taylor Brown. Now serving for Team
Callie Noble checking in. It's so great to see young players and old be able to watch pro volleyball on TV. Thank you, AU Pro Sports. Has been a long time. That was a nice dig by NVA. De La Cruz cross court. 9 feet.
That's a sharp cross-court ball, but it started with her block touch. She's so good at the net, reading the hitters. She gets a nice block touch. They transition out of it. Look at her cut that ball inside the block. Drop that thumb down so she can hit just inside the block.
A little momentum for Team King here.
Service error, point Team Clark.
Taylor Sambothi back at the line, number 41, playing for Ally Global, to help survivors of human trafficking.
Now serving for Team Clark, number 41, Taylor Sambothi.
Shayla with a good soft block there. Can they get another opportunity? No, that one's rolled through by Edmond. 24-16 set point. Team Clark looking for those 40 team points to open this match.
So we talked about middles not being able to set. That was Taylor Sambothi calling everybody off. Hey, I'm going to set this ball. Dished it up there for a nice kill by Leah Edmond.
Sambothi now with the defense. Right side, De La Cruz. Sambothi again.
Run it. Run the offense, Sambothi.
She is racking up points in the left back. Not that time.
A nice run by Taylor Sambothi. I love to see middles do stuff other than blocking at the net and hitting in front of the setter and slides. It's nice to see her play defense, stepping in to set the second ball.
I could see Sambothi being that offsetter who would try and set the quick.
Oh, for sure.
That happens occasionally. Try and set the middle front.
She'd set it over, too. She'd get kills on her own.
Tanya De La Cruz with the set on the line. Have to convert. Back row, De La Cruz, yes.
Super spy by number 81, Tanya De La Cruz.
It's difficult. You see Leah Edmond go back towards Shayla Castro, leaving Taylor Morgan one-on-one with De La Cruz out of the back row.
We've been waiting for De La Cruz to break out. She's 4 of 8 right now. Hits another tough jumper. Shayla cross court looking for the touch. Did not find any hands. 25-18, so ends set number 1. Team Clark is now 4-0 in sets played. They lead this one 1-0 over Team King. Bear Park Coliseum, Bree King, captain for Team King. Bree, you guys off to another rough start. How do you get yourself right halfway through that set? You made some good plays.
Yeah, I think we're just feeling a little bit tense at the start of these games, and I think the more we're communicating and calling each other's names and keeping the ball in play, we're getting calmer as the set goes on. Hoping to start the second set that way.
Where did you guys focus in practice this morning after last night?
We focused on some setter-hitter connections that we haven't had the chance to form yet because of the week we had, and then we did a lot of serve and pass. That was our main focus.
All right, Bree, thanks very much. Good luck in the next set.
Thanks.
This has been Navigating the Wind, presented by Mariner Wealth Advisors, helping you navigate. Jamie Morrison, you see the facilitator for Team Clark. Tamamiya Shiro is on the other side with Bree King, who we just heard from. I want to give a special shout out and thanks to CBS Sports Network. This is our debut Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on CBS Sports Network. We'll be with you here quite a bit throughout this entire season. 30 matches to be played, many of which can be caught right here on CBS Sports Network. Look at our first set summary. Salima, what stuck out for you here?
Well, the two things that stuck out was the serve pass game again. Team Clark serving super tough and getting Team out of system, getting Team Orange out of system, and De La Cruz was doing well. She's doing everything that she possibly can, but of course it was Leah Edmond and it was Ebony Nwanabu that's really leading the charge for Team Clark. Edmond, again, she's really just picking up where she left off last night, going ahead, just banging balls, taking some good swings, some big stuff blocks as well, and she's really leading the charge here right now for Team Clark.
4 for 7, 1 error for Leah Edmond following her in terms of pin hitting performances, top shelf last night. 460, if I'm remembering correctly.
And that's just an astronomical number for those of you that don't know volleyball that well. Hitting on the outside, I mean, anything over 300, I mean, really is a really good night, international night, hitting on the outside. So hitting at 460, over 400 on the left side with so many swings because the ball moves around. There's a lot of different angles that you have to hit from. I mean, it takes a lot of skill.
Just to give you a little context there, Jordan Larson hit 320. So you out-hit Jordan Larson by 140 points. Very close in points, those two outside hitters. It came via service aces for both of them, but there was one receiving error for Edmond. As we get underway, Team Blue continues to open set 2. One service reception error was -12, but Edmond picked up 2 blocks, and Jordan Larson had 0 blocks.
That's huge. That's 24 points, right?
Correct.
24 points for 2 blocks.
Yeah, if you look at Edmond, the ace and 2 blocks are a total of 36 individual points. Helped her get over the top. There is another block. Will that go to Edmond or will it go to Sambothi will be the question.
Maybe they're arguing over it now. They're kind of laughing about it. Nice job getting together on that block.
No more half blocks. This isn't the NCAA. We're not giving half blocks to everybody. Half block to the middle when they jump in the middle of the court, but maybe aiming a hand at me on the outside. De La Cruz crossbody. Blue playing some defense thus far. One more time, no. I think she's getting mad.
I mean,
a little frustrated with her own performance and the losses so far.
I get it. You know, she's a winner. She's used to winning. She knows how to play this game. She can go at, you know, another level, another speed, just high over the top of the block, deep into the court.
Sometimes when you're in a little funk as a player, you just have to break through that wall, feel like the Kool-Aid man or something, crashing through.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, there's no other way. Good pass. Right into the middle. Corey Crocker picks up the kill. 2019 graduate of Michigan. A little shout out to Scott Crocker and Tiffany Turner. Mom and Dad. Love the 77. I'm a big fan of just large double numbers. I like the 88, 33. Used to be Harry Gant back in the day.
Well, that's it. You associate them with old football players.
Oh, well, that was a NASCAR car.
Oh,
yeah. 77 would be Carl Mecklenburg, I believe, of the Denver Broncos. You can check me at home at KevBarn14. Working on that connection. Almost there. Was there a touch? Oh, let's see our first challenge.
Team definitely wants a touch, and you see the players hit themselves, tap the top of their heads, not hitting themselves, pat the top of their heads to call for that challenge. So they are arguing that call. They want a review by the referees to see if they can be overturned.
Touch, in, out, line fault, up, down, all reviewed in our challenge system.
So again, that's the way. You're looking for this touch here on this quick set. Did the blockers on the other side, did their hands actually make contact with this ball? All the refs and the lines people said no. So we're looking for that touch here on the replay.
It's actually a great opportunity to see the connection point very low on the hand for Crocker. Right off the heel of her hand, couldn't snap over the top of it.
When what you're talking about, normally that contact point is a lot more extended. So we'll see if we see that right fingertip. Yeah,
right middle finger of Taylor Morgan.
So really, really difficult to see. So is this enough evidence to overturn the call? Is it conclusive? We will see if they get it.
I'm gonna go with yes on the touch there. What are you going with?
I'm with you.
There it is. And Salima Rockwell's batting average goes higher.
Nice. Feeling good about myself today. It was kind of a guess, though, because I really couldn't see it that well.
Taylor Morgan knows. Look at her. Uh-huh.
There's the smile.
You caught me. I wanted a chocolate chip. I knew it was in there. Maybe a snickerdoodle. Oh, that ball off the block and down. Shayla, tip kill. Shayla Castro has played most of her professional career inside Brazil, a vibrant volleyball culture and professional league.
Such a nice play by Castro, just tooling off the block to the inside of the block, which you don't see very often.
Following Edmond there in our bottom right corner. A little picture-in-picture for you with Leah Edmond. As Taylor Morgan picked up that kill.
Keep an eye on Edmond here. Defensively, even potentially hitting out of the back row.
Serving, not something she did in college, right?
No, she really didn't. So she had to work on that part of her game. But she loves working. She loves training and getting better.
They would put in a DS or the barrel for her to serve at Kentucky. The substitution rules are quite liberal at NCAA. May as well get rid of the number. What is it, 15? Just throw it away.
It's a lot.
Just make it unlimited. It's practically what it is now. But Edmond was good from the service line last night. And again here, the team scoring in her rotation. It's not necessarily about aces. It's are you scoring points with your rotation serve? Over the top of Lickman goes Shayla. Shayla's looked increasingly explosive as we've gone through workouts. You see the arm, but it's been getting off the ground. That's the issue.
She has. I mean, and it's that IQ that keeps her, of course, going, and that experience that everyone loves so much about Shayla Castro. I mean, she is arguably one of the best opposites to ever have played the game, and that's what we're seeing.
Wrist away. Betty from the back row.
Man, that's a monster swing. And you watch her coming in here fast, knows exactly where she wants to hit this block. You're gonna see two blockers, one blocker really here. She sees the open area of the court when Cassidy Lickman takes off, and she has that room to score.
Shayla working on Edmond. Wanabu finds it again for the kill. Ebony Wanabu has also been in rhythm. That kind of support from the pins has been a key part of Blue's success.
Well, it's huge, especially you don't have to be perfect with your pass when you have people that can hit you out of trouble. You know, the setters are doing a nice job still keeping them in rhythm, but it doesn't have to be perfect for either Edmond or Wanabu to be able to score, or Lickman for that matter.
Back slide, missed. Good connection, just wide right.
Well, they ran that play last time in this rotation around Cassidy Lickman, looking for that line. She wanted to run it again, had it available, and just missed it.
8-6, a much different beginning. Set one was 12-6, favor Team Clark. Team Clark wearing blue. If you just joined us, I'm Kevin Barnett. She is Salima Rockwell, former national team captain, and this is Athletes Unlimited Professional Volleyball. Stalzer inside. Lindsay Stalzer played at Butler University.
That's a nice job by Stalzer hitting inside the block. And if you look at the left hand of Taylor Sambothi, you want to drop that left hand a little bit more into that cross court, a little bit wider and press down with that left hand.
We talked to Lindsay Stalzer. She said, yeah, not a good idea trying to hit low seam against Laura Gibbemeyer.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Stalzer with the dig. De La Cruz, not yet. Better connection here. Indeed, and Clark eats it.
Well, she was mad that she thought Wanabu went up, she hit it twice. She's calling at the ref as she's getting set. So she goes up and just crushes this. Hits that ball, look at her drop that arm. And she turns to the ref and is like, hey, she hit it twice, I'm telling you.
Might want to wear a padded mask when you're facing Betty De La Cruz. And VA with the dig, Namaris. Push through from De La Cruz. So we've seen the whole gambit of shots now in control from Betty De La Cruz on the left.
Well, she knows what she needs to do. She's like, okay, I'm tired of this. You know, I want to win. I know how important it is, and if I'm going to get the majority of the balls, I'm going to make something happen. She's had success tipping on the right side of the court several times, so you're going to see that again.
I think now it's the Moss rule with her for the moment.
Well,
give her 60% of the offense. The way she's swinging at the ball, throw it out there every time. 60% of the time works every time.
Every time. I mean, I'm going to feed the hot hand. You know, we talk about that in volleyball. There's players that you want to set, you want to run an offense, keep it balanced, but sometimes you just have a hot hand. And right now, that's Betty De La Cruz.
We've been waiting for Team King to come alive. They've done it behind the big arm of 81. Athlete causes allow athletes to play their season in part for the benefit of the nonprofit organization of their choice. At the end of the season, the Give Lively Foundation will make a grant equal to 50% of the athlete's end of season bonus to their nonprofit partner.
I chose to play for King Wolf Animal Sanctuary because I loved everything about them, and I ended up on a call with them, talking with them and learning more about what they're about, and they just basically are a safe haven and a refuge for tons of different types of animals. So it was really cool. I'm excited.
That was Holly Tolliver. That organization is based out of Ramona, California, providing forever homes to animals that have been neglected, severely abused, or need a home. They go through a bunch of rehabilitation through very gentle training techniques and are socializing daily with the Sanctuary Board of Directors and volunteers, those animals, to bring them back to a good life. The King Wolf Animal Sanctuary. Ebony Wanabu with another kill out of the timeout. What has turned around here in set number 2, Sonia Rockwell, for Team King?
Well, a little bit of the ball control and the passing, that connection, but it's mostly Betty De La Cruz right now. Shayla Castro as well has had some success, but I think they're just being a little smarter with their swings and where they're going with the ball.
10 of 16. Coming into that swing was De La Cruz. And that ball's into the tape. That did not make the block.
Monster block by number 81, Victoria De La Cruz. Checking in for Team King number 80, Holly Tolliver.
Betty De La Cruz has gone in the first round in each of our drafts, the 2 supplementals leading in for our exhibition matches, as well as round 1 to set the rosters for this weekend, as we'll zone in on number 81 in orange. That ball goes long, but she has yet to break out. This is the first breakout we've seen. I would have expected to see those types of swings and those numbers. Now 10 of 17, 1 error from Betty De La Cruz.
Well, you know, and the players have been with her for a long time. They've all been together for a few weeks now, and they've seen her. They've seen what she can do. They know her abilities, and that's why she was drafted that high.
And I like her body language here. She's taking control a little bit more than we've seen. Moving people around. She'll get the ball again off the net this time. If I'm Bree King, I need to hang that thing up inside for her. Nomar is just under it, but not enough. That was more of a crepe than a pancake.
It was very light.
Not enough bounce off a crepe. You need like a grizzly mix or something to get that thing up.
When you talk about this leadership, it's so interesting because the teams change from week to week, and everyone knows volleyball is so much about team chemistry and finding that vibe, and it takes a minute to really get a feel for your players, your teams, and what works, and what they can respond to.
That ball put through Sheridan. No, I'm sorry, I wanted to move somebody over here.
Oh.
Yeah, that is Saria Freeman. Off that blocking sub, so the setter is Cassidy Lickman. Good to see Saria Freeman get a big cut and convert. Do you go to her again? No, right to the middle, little 1.5.
Love it. Lickman just running it.
I love the look on Lickman's face. Sam Bothy is pumped on that. Holly is pumped. She's checking in with us on Twitter, saying, I'm enjoying watching women I've watched for years playing in this format.
Well, it's so fun. There's so many great players that have played for a long time collegiately, and they're all here playing, and you get a chance to watch them.
Oh, I thought we were going to get the trifecta there. Right side, middle, left side assists for Cassidy Lickman. Didn't happen.
Well, that's because Corey Crocker, big time block. Look at her finish over the net. And that's hard to do against Leah Edmond. She's not hitting low. That's a high game. They're playing at a high altitude right now.
Shayla against Edmond. That's a little different matchup for Edmond. De La Cruz smartly done. Too tight. De La Cruz with a head of steam. Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, it doesn't even matter. She's got that block right in front of her. Everybody knows where the ball's going. Still difficult to defend. Watch her hit inside the block again. Just working the inside of the block. You see Edmond come all the way underneath. She has that whole area of the court to score.
13 apiece as you focus in on De La Cruz once again. NVA under it. Pancake that time. Doesn't matter. Edmond puts it within a foot of the line.
Man, there's so many great digs on the other side of the net. You have to see what's going on and see Team King digging balls, liberos digging balls. But man, it's Edmond over the top and deep into the court. Again, a big international type swing.
Castro slowed. Edmond again. This time she's sent back home by Crocker. So Crocker's gotten a hold of it a couple times.
She has. I mean, if she's going in that hard cross court, and sometimes those are the matchups you have to think about. I've got a big blocker, an explosive high blocker in the middle of the court. Maybe I chop this down the line. Maybe I go a little bit deep corner. But if you're swinging hard into that block, that's a tough one to beat.
I think one of these times, this jump serve is going to get rolling. Almost there. Good opportunity. Crocker puts it away. So number 77 is racking up the points.
It starts with this jump serve that gets things a little bit off balance for Team Clark. And that creates those opportunities for Team King on the other side of the net. I like what Corey Crocker's doing right now. Blocking balls, up in transition, playing well.
32 points for Corey Crocker. 24 via 2 blocks, that's 12 apiece, and then that kill right there, 8 just in recent moments. Remember, an individual score inside of this team system. Team success carrying the majority of the weight, but individual score is also part of it. A tip kill there for Edmond. 40 points up for each set. The first 40 went to Team Clark, 25-18 in the first. The next 40 certainly in doubt as we have now gotten to the midpoint of the set, and it is back and forth. Tied at 11, tied at 13, tied at 15. Crocker this time dug by Lichtman. Again, just inside the block.
I think Bree King likes that she can find Crocker. She knows she's up, she knows she's available, and wants to feed her the ball as much as she can right now when she's in the front row, when she has the opportunity.
In this point system, I think middles might have an advantage. If you're able to get the ball enough, if your passing is there, and your setter's giving it to you, middles typically don't have a ton of errors, hit a high percentage. A lot of points to be had via the block as well. Orange has stiffened at the net. Stalls are doing a good job covering up. De La Cruz rips again. Wonderful to have that weapon.
It's so nice. Just a nice, easy bump set. When everything's a little bit out of whack, you can throw it up there, and De La Cruz goes up and gets it.
Finally, some fun being had by the team in orange. It's been a bit of a struggle thus far for them, kind of fighting a lack of momentum. Right now, they have a hold of it. That one fell off the shelf. A service. Guess who?
Corey Crocker. And it looks like, you know, that's kind of not a knuckleball. I guess it would just move and drop, and just the bottom falls out of it. Beautiful serve by Corey Crocker right in front of Tiffany Clark.
All right, what makes a float serve so difficult? It doesn't look as flashy as a jump serve, but it can be extremely effective in the women's game. Why?
Well, it's flat, it's hard, but it moves. So it's coming at you, it doesn't stay the same.
Like a knuckleball.
Like a knuckleball, exactly. So you're going to be tracking it, and then it falls.
Second set, Team King looking good.
Yes, this is awesome to be in like a real venue and a real match. It's so fun.
Taylor got mic'd up during the match, and I'm really curious to see how it went because she does have a potty mouth.
I do have a potty mouth. When I was singing, I was trying to incorporate like walking on sunshine, anything
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Key Michael taking you behind the shield each week here in Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. A talented vlogger, originally out of England, played college at Miami, and really a citizen of the world. We'll say thank you to our presenting court partner Geico and their involvement with Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Out of the timeout, it's Wannabe in rotation 1. Opposite on the left, that ball down the line. Ebony Wannabe collects her 8th kill. That will lead Team Clark. On the other side has been the Betty De La Cruz show. A torrid start, 12 of 22. Work in the middle, finally. Getting a little passing over there for Team King. 19-16. I think back to that swing down the line, a couple of them from Betty De La Cruz. Looked like a different tone, and it's been a completely different set since then.
Totally different tone.
That was a laser from Castro. Back row, De La Cruz. Both blocks getting some soft touches. Who can get it past? Clean. Not yet. De La Cruz. No more space for Namaris Velez Agosto.
This is what I love about this league, this high-level volleyball where there are some big-time swings on both sides of the net, and you'll see defense played by everyone. Digging balls, digging it on target, quality of the touches, the swings, unbelievable rallies, and then finally someone's going to take a big swing to finish.
We had a couple hitters tell us last night it's hard to find the floor. Lee Edmond finds it there.
She can find the floor.
She's doing her best Betty imitation.
She is. Hey, you learn from the best. You watch the best for years. You take notes.
Yeah, being a threat all over the court, just passing fairly well, holding up her side. Fun to go toe-to-toe with a veteran like De La Cruz. The middle now in full effect. Grant this time has the kill. And Team King's side-out game has risen.
They're handling the ball well, passing where Bree King can get the ball to the middles, and the middles are up. They're up and available. They're just ready to hit the ball. Nia Grant pulls the trigger fast, gets on that ball quick.
Good touch. Do you go to Shayla? No, it's a backslide to Grant. So we saw Nia Grant get a hold of one earlier just wide. That one straight.
I tell you, it's a good team effort right now. Like I said, every touch leads to the next. De La Cruz slows down Ebony Wannabe, who was unbelievable last night and couldn't be touched. She gets the touch, and they convert on the slide.
Remember, this match and its overall victory will be determined by points on aggregate. We'll add up the scores from all 3 sets. So coming into this, in the overall, Team King was down by 7 points. See how far they can cut into it now. They look good for the set win for the moment. A little work to do to finish. Clark found a good spot. No setter on the floor. Lickman in that left front. Freeman again up there with Sambothi, but cannot slow down De La Cruz. 10th kill. I'm sorry, 13th kill now for De La Cruz. Now look at the team points, 180 total available in each match. 40, 40, 40 for each of the set victories, and 60 for the overall, as I mentioned, when you add up the score. of those previous sets. If we are tied at the end, we will play
A tiebreaker.
yes
For 5.
for 5. Win by 2, capped at 10. Down the line, Wanaboo.
That's such a big swing by Wanaboo out of the back row. And you'll see they run that offense. They open up that area of the court for her to come down the line. She has a ton of space to work with, and she finds it for the kill.
I'd like to put Wanaboo and Dela Cruz on the speed gun.
Oh, yeah. That would be, I'd like to see how hard they're crushing
Because
the
they're
ball.
pretty close.
And Edmond.
There you go. There's another one.
Beautiful set by Bree King. Again, it's the perfect pass that creates this opportunity. You'll see the middle blockers jump, hold the block, one-on-one. One-on-one on the outside. You see Sambothia full commit. De La Cruz one-on-one for the kill.
And Clark's muscling up in there, but that ball's coming a little bit shorter than an NCAA play.
It is. I mean, it's a harder ball. I mean, when you're one-on-one, you got to get up in there and just take it. Crash just a little bit more.
Edmond throws it through. Sheridan Atkinson was out there on the right side. Atkinson now in for Shayla, who is seeing the trainer on the sideline. Right side, De La Cruz, another kill. 15th on 26 swings.
That's something they didn't really do yesterday in rotation 1, set her on the right side at all. But she's feeling it, they're laying it back there for her in that same rotation.
Right, they went to Atkinson every time. All right, set point for Team King. Looking for their second set victory of the season. Wanaboo off the block and out. So what was advantage Team King was not converted off that overpass. You got to hit that thing, don't you?
You do have to hit that thing. I mean, you got to.
I think you need recognition that De La Cruz is back there cranking the jump serve. So that sucker's going to come back to the net much more quickly than it would off a float serve if it's an equal overpass.
No, I agree, because it's coming off those arms fast. It's coming at you fast and coming off you faster.
Not something everybody's used to seeing. Crocker got enough of it. A really nice second set for Corey Crocker and Team King, 25-22. They cut into the lead of Team Clark. Heading into the third, it is 47-43. One more to 25. The overall and more team points on the line next. Tonight's match is presented by Geico. Coming into Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, we asked our players, talk about self-belief, a time of reflection and how it affected your career. Cassidy Lickman.
I switched positions a lot in college. And so I think my second game as a setter my sophomore year, I hadn't set a lot before that. And we lost. And we were not supposed to lose. Stanford's not supposed to lose. And I really felt like it was kind of on me. I was one of the only new people on the court from the year before. And so it really made me have to step up and go, okay, we're gonna do this, I'm gonna be the one that has to have confidence in myself and go out there and work for this and be ready. And I think over the course of that season, as I did that and as I played more, I got to that point where I could step out in the court and feel like I was ready for that moment. And so I think that was a big shift for me, and just believing every time I went out on the court and off the court that whatever the moment was or whoever else was there, that I could handle it.
There's a little look into the Lickman household. Grant and Julie. Guess who they're rooting for today? Yep, it's Team Blue and their daughter. Love it because it's academic achievement and civic leadership. That a huge part of the Athletes Unlimited volleyball ethos. Look at the Geico leaderboard. Leah Edmond up on top, 533. Cass Lickman in second.
Well, she came in third, and you know, it's about, she racked up one set win, so she got 40 points there. I know she's digging a ton of balls right now, so that's how you can kind of creep your way up. You'll
notice how much Team Clark is in there. It's all blue players through that top group. That was the first set they have lost. They were 4-0 coming in to set number 2 here. I'm Kevin Barnett. She is Salima Rockwell, former national team captain. And you are the volleyball fan enjoying professional volleyball in the United States from Fair Park Coliseum in Dallas, Texas. First of 5 total weekends. We will have drafts on Tuesday, matches Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the next month following this weekend. Then we'll crown an individual champion. It might be someone from this Team Clark team of week 1.
Man, I tell you, they're playing so well and their chemistry is so good right now. Nice fast swing by Taylor Morgan in the middle.
Shout out to Dad Matt, Mom Jennifer, Taylor Morgan's parents. Matt actually works at Minnesota.
That's right.
Yeah, he is track and field, the director of track and field there. Had to be told sometimes by Mom, just be a dad. Just be a dad here for a moment.
It's hard to just be a dad. I've got some kids playing. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's hard to just be a mom if you're Salima Rockwell.
It's tough.
Yeah, same thing for me. Gotta pick your moments. Holly Tolliver in to serve again. Here comes the jump float. Jumper last time. Another good pass from Edmond, and Lickman powers it through. So change at the opposite for Team King. We saw some good moves at the net from Shayla Castro. Per her on the sidelines, she's probably done for this match.
So we'll see Sheridan Atkinson, and she had a really good match yesterday, played well.
There's a dump from Bree King. 1 for Canada.
Nice play by Bree King. It was a good feel for the court and the net.
Head to auprosports.com to get your Athletes Unlimited gear, and do not forget to follow AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content on social, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you live on social media. Find AU Pro Sports. Bree King scores 1 for her side, 3-2.
Bree King has this nice flat serve that goes just kind of right over the top of the tape. She's working this area between Lickman and Edmond.
Block there in the middle. Crocker, I think, is going to rack up another. That'll be plus 12 again for 77. She might be past her own number.
That's a ton of points. She's stuffing so many balls right now.
Shayla Castro on the sidelines, number 13 in orange. The legend has now ice on her left calf. I know she had a sore knee at some point, but the left calf now giving her a little trouble. Edmond gets the touch, and she has drawn the confidence of her teammates.
She has. I mean, you'll see Ebony and Wannabe set her out of the back row. So everyone relies on her. If that ball's out of system or they have to set it on their own, they're going to go to her.
When you do go to auprosports.com, join the Unlimited Club. Pick your favorite player. It might be Betty De La Cruz right now. It might be Leah Edmond. Both outstanding hitters. NVA with a stab left-handed. Lichtman is good again.
That's such a tough tip to play. So as a blocker, you're on your way down, and you kind of want to play this ball right back. It's almost too shallow for them to get it, and you know that. So Cass Lichtman doing a nice job at the net again.
Cass Lichtman, the best value in the draft. Best value pick in terms of point production versus draft position.
Well, it says a lot about these all-around players that can help you win. You know, that's it. You know, what does she do well? She can pass, she can dig balls. She's going to keep you in system. She's going to consistently keep the ball on the court. I mean, that's the difference.
You know, there's a special over on aisle 8 with the number 23 pick, Cassidy Lichtman. Ridiculous up once again. Edmond stuff one-on-one Crocker. Oh, Corey Crocker. We need a leaderboard update. Oh my goodness, 77 going skyward.
Well, after a huge dig by Clark, some unbelievable defense, but she just gets in there and takes it. To see Crocker make her way back, read this play by Edmond, and drop in the right area of the court.
6-4. Momentum carried, though, on the orange side for now. Boy, nice absorption by Clark.
Really nice. I mean, for those hard jump serves, you really have to take a lot off of the ball. You have to absorb it, let it come into your platform a little bit more. But I tell you what I like is, as someone hits hard on one side, someone's hitting harder on the other. I mean, they're just amping it up here.
It's my kind of volleyball. Just everybody taking huge cuts. That one's blocked deep. That ball's rarely covered when unfortunately you get that one as a hitter. Edmond left side next to Sambothe.
Nice move by Sambothe to close. You see she doesn't get all the way get there, but she leans and presses her hand back in. It's all about turning those hands and shaping them the right way. Nice play by Sambothe.
Picks up 12 points. Wanabu, almost an identical block, not far enough. Lichtman with the cover. How about that from Corey Crocker? The block cover hasn't paid off yet. Stalzer. Boy, she was coming down the runway there.
She was coming in hot.
I saw somebody with 2 orange sticks waving her in to the left front there.
Flying in there, and I love the tempo of that set. Fast to the pin, she gets on it quick. Again, it's not just her speed off the floor, it's her arm as well. And that's why she is able to beat the block to the floor.
Cleared for departure, flight 29, Stalzer.
Again, Stalzer straight down.
Team Orange, Team King, feeling it right now.
Now they're having some fun, and I think an interesting test for Team Clark. You heard Tiffany Clark talk about fun and the energy. Well, now it's gone. How you get it back?
Well, it's interesting, and when another team does it, how does that affect you? Like, we're the high energy team. It's a 2-point game here.
Oh, somebody's got to step in and set that one. Or just block it. This time it's Nia Grant in the middle alongside Sheridan Atkinson. That's a big block.
That is a monster. That's a huge block. You watch these guys just get over the net. I mean, hard for Leah Edmond to find any space at all. Big block by both of those guys.
I think Atkinson's going to pick up the points.
I think you're right.
6'5". And again, this time it's through. That's 6'5" and a long 6'2" up at the net.
You got to respect Leah Edmond coming back. She's not tipping that next ball, not hitting a roll shot. Sees the space between the block and comes back at it.
Another kill in the middle, Nia Grant. For all the positivity and all the excitement on the Team King side, they still just have that 3-point advantage on their side out. They're going to have to stay in it here. Clark is hanging close. Atkinson to the line, the Long Beach native. Played well last night. Wanabu wide. 11-7. Are you thinking about a timeout right now for Team Clark?
I would be myself.
Not thinking about it anymore. So with that advantage, we are tied overall. The overall score, tie, orange up right now. 54 apiece in the overall, a lead of 11-7 in the third for Team King. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, the Hypervolt percussion massage device you see in action there, and Normatec compression systems are just some of the Hyper Ice products our players have been using in the Athlete Innovation Lab. A proud partner of Athletes Unlimited, Hyper Ice has been helping our athletes move better, live better, and be better on the field. Now you can get healthy, and you can also enjoy owning a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with your first ever Topps trading card set for professional volleyball. Limited edition sets will feature all 45 athletes, plus additional cards about the league and randomly inserted special parallels, including player autographs and gold 1-of-1 cards. Sets are available to purchase now through April 2nd, Topps.com. This is the only location and only opportunity for you to purchase this unique collectible. Get yours today. Orange is getting theirs here in set 3. They powered through set 2 with the victory 25-22, and now they are in the lead with the overall. Michael Harrison is in on Topps cards. He's going to get the lacrosse set as well. Remember, this started with softball. Now volleyball will be lacrosse under the Athletes Unlimited banner.
Do it, Michael. Go get those cards.
Deep shot from Atkinson goes long, but Team King has extended a bit of a lead.
When we keep talking about these points, you see a 40 points for a set, 60 points for the match win. That's overall points. That's a lot of points to be had still on the table.
It's been a 5-1 run to seize control while cutting into it as the block of Leah Edmond.
Beautiful timing by Leah Edmond. You watch her swing block here, perfectly timed with Nia Grant. Back into the court. She wants that excitement. She's like, come on, guys, let's go. We got to rally here. Let's go.
Put that one on the training tape. 2 in a row.
That set was just a little bit off. The timing was not quite what they wanted. Now they have an opportunity. Maybe they go to De La Cruz out of the back row.
You have Stalzer on the left. Love the overhand pass. And the put away. Overhand pass is underutilized.
Oh, and it's just so helpful. I mean, you can step in. You don't have to use your forearms, which can be challenging with these float serves. Sometimes you can just step in, use your hands, and get it up there to the setter.
Stalzer 4 for 10. Betty De La Cruz, who's in the front row now with 16 kills, leads Team King. NVA with the dig. Another no, just short.
Well, that was a big dig on that first swing by Ebony Nwanabu, but that second one coming back, she wanted it, she could see it, she cuts it inside the block in front of the libero.
Scramble play won by Team Clark. They're right back in at 13-12. And guess who's at the line? Leah Edmond.
That's it. And this is volleyball. This is how it works. There are swings, there's momentum shifts, there's streaks of points, and that's what makes it so exciting. And at this level, it's even that much more exciting.
Craig Skinner's got questions to answer about not letting Edmond serve.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that on our call.
De La Cruz looking for hands. Got it.
She got it.
High snap. Love the sound.
So remember that every single point matters, especially at this point in the third set, where you're fighting for that set win plus that overall score.
So that is back-to-back 5-1 for Team King, 5-2 back the other direction for Team Clark. As Holly Tulliver is at the line again. Overpass. Crocker should have hit that one. Edmond with the dig. Wanaboo stuffed. Crocker again.
Unbelievable. I mean, I need to see her point totals because she is just stuffing everything at the net. Watch her get there. Look how high she is.
I like how fast she is.
Fast, she's high, she's quick.
That's a huge close step from Corey Crocker.
We'll see if they continue to work Leah Edmond here down the line or go to Lickman.
Lickman a little pokey. Orange a little more control, tight. Through and out, the veteran.
Beautiful play by De La Cruz. That ball is tight. She presses it into the block. You're gonna see her tool it off the edge of the block.
59 apiece. So not only does Team King need this set, they need to extend the lead. They're looking for that 100 points. What a boost that would be after having a rough night on the first one last evening. Atkinson didn't look like she was going to get there, and 6'5" did.
And long arms too. She laid out for it, got it, just not quite high enough for anyone else to make a play on it, but a smart play by Cass Lickman.
So Team King is just looking for one on their serve, and they could, in theory, side it out all the way. All he needs a +1. In comes Erica Wilson. Played in Germany, Switzerland, Turkey, the Philippines. Coached as well. Can't come up with that dig. High, hard seam corner.
It's a tough play. The ball was spinning with still a lot of heat off the top of the hands.
Team King has made it through that 5-1. They are back to 3 hitters strong in the front row. This rotation's been good. You have Atkinson on the right, De La Cruz on the left, and Crocker in the middle. You're going to point scores now. Or Sambothi will go cross-body.
I love that set by Brunn. She's on her knees. It's a low pass. It's a good pass, but it's low. And she's still able to get the ball to Sambothi because she's going to be up.
Atkinson off of Clark. You mentioned earlier, Slim, you were scouting after last evening. It was row 1, every ball to Atkinson.
Every ball. I mean, she was making it happen. They started off a little bit slow. That connection wasn't there. Had a couple of balls that where she found it. First ball side out. That's what she was doing.
Lickman from way off the net throws the mesmerizer.
That's a tough ball. They know they both want that back. It's kind of towards De La Cruz in the middle back. And you see Namaris make a move towards her. That's tough, right in between them.
I think that was a cutter. I want to see how she gripped that one.
It was a little bit of a cut, but man.
It's a weird ball.
It was.
Nobody up for Stalzer. Dream scenario.
We'll see Bruns take that. They're both in on a perfect pass. They've been setting the middle, and you're going to see both blockers jump. And that's 1 on none on the outside. Nice job by Green King.
You forgot about Lindsay Stalzer, who has tons of highlight reels from the Philippines people have cut for her of just annihilating balls like that. Beautiful from Crocker. It's good. Count the assists, scoring in every category, number 77.
That was an unbelievable set, no matter who you are. She was way on the other side of the net, other side of the court. Beautiful high ball, perfect set.
Corey Bitcoin Crocker, I mean, just amazing. A little more substance maybe behind Corey Crocker. She is helping her team to the overall and the set lead right now. 63-62 in the overall. Team King with the lead. Perhaps just 5 points to play for them as they're up 20-15 in the third set. Fans, if you want to get even closer to the game, join the Unlimited Club for free and select your favorite player and unlock special access, additional content, and more. Looking for even more? Upgrade your membership for a whole year of behind-the-scenes access and to join the players in voting for game MVPs. You are actually part of the scoring. Learn more about that, the Unlimited Club, by visiting auprosports.com. Katrina Adams tuning in, part of the advisory board for Athletes Unlimited Pro Sports. Has a new book out, says they look amazing on TV. I'm so proud to be associated with AU Pro Sports. Fun to talk to Katrina during some of our opening as we got things underway here in Dallas. Geico defensive play of the game. Yeah. Who could it be? Corey Crocker.
Corey Crocker.
How many of those do you want?
I mean, as many as you can get. She's racking them up right now.
All right, I'm going to dig into Corey Crocker's stats right now. She is 5 of 8 at the net, credited with 6 blocks. You can multiply that by 12.
Wow.
You can find yourself at 72. Huge difference. Soft touch there. Nia Grant this time. Stalls her. Nice swing down the line. Picture perfect.
Like that swing down the line. It's high, chops it over her shoulder, kind of just chops that ball at 70–80% down the line. Beautiful swing.
21-15 if we're tied in the overall. If we are tied in the overall, we will have a 10-point overtime. Oh. That went down the line. Dug back over. Bree King just saving herself.
Look it.
Stalls her again.
I mean, Bree King may have got hit, I don't know, on the side. I don't know if her hands got up fast enough. That was some sauce coming from Leah Edmond down the line.
Stalls her 7 for 13. More importantly, her team up 7. Team King, moments away from perhaps 100 points. Set over is good right in the middle. Looked like Stonehenge right there.
It's a nice a statue just standing there. I mean, sometimes you freeze. You don't expect that coming over. She hasn't done that once in the match. It's the right time to do it. You need a point.
Atkinson down the line. Perfectly placed shot on a tough swing. 23-16.
Number 16,
A nice swing down the line. Taylor Sambothi's there, just can't come up with it.
Looking good for the set victory, Team King. Off the block, out of bounds. Boy, if you watched the first set, you didn't think there was any chance Team King was coming back for the victory.
Well, you know, again, it happened yesterday a little bit. They found a little bit more of a groove, and that's what they're doing again.
They are up 2 with presumably 2 to go. A huge side out here. You'll be up 3 and have set point. Give it to the captain, Lichtman with the dig. Edmond. Clark blown up. That found the floor. What a rally to produce set points and trying to hold the match. Team King.
Huge play. It started with Atkinson with that pancake laying out for that first ball. Of course, De La Cruz on an off play, crushing it out of the back row.
There, +3, you saw it, 67-64. Wannabu tips again. Oh, that you can't pancake off your elbow.
It's the arm cake.
Gross.
Not a thing?
Gross. All right, second set point. Remember, just +2 now. Team King in the overall. De La Cruz for the win. Set and match. When in doubt, go to the pro and your leader.
Unbelievable display tonight by Betty De La Cruz.
Each player gets plus 40 for the set, plus 60 for the match win. A terrific comeback. That has to feel good for Orange, who was so disjointed to start this. Went down 12-6 to open set one, 20-12 at one point.
It was tough. They weren't in a good groove. They were having a lot of trouble early on, but they found it, and it was because of Betty De La Cruz. She got them going. She rallied the troops. You saw it with her energy, her body language as well. Got them going.
Betty De La Cruz got him going, and then got a big push from Corey Crocker, the middle blocker, who started blocking nearly everything in addition to her offense. We'll talk to her next. 77 on the weight. A victory for Team King. A rally cap performance from Team King. Went down 25-18 in the first, came back to win the second and the third. 68-65 in the overall. Kevin Barnett, Salima Rockwell now joined by middle blocker Corey Crocker, number 77. 240 points in this match. And at one point you were in the zone. How did you get that many blocks right in a row?
Because I have my teammates behind me screaming at me to press. That's definitely been the #1 thing I've been focused on this week, is making sure that my big jumps actually do something by getting my little paws over the net. So everybody was on my butt, and I was finally kind of taking care of business tonight.
That definitely worked, and it helped turn around the vibe for you guys. It had been such a struggle last night, and then through the first set. What got you over the hump and back to having hold of the momentum?
I think that this entire league is filled with very talented ladies, and the #1 thing is coming into the game with confidence. And as soon as our anxieties start to take hold of us, we just got to battle back, acknowledge it, come together, and fight as a unit to go take over this game. And that's what we did, and I'm very proud of our unit for doing that.
So talk about the leadership, what we saw from Betty De La Cruz tonight. What did she add for your team? Just talk about her a little bit. Give it to us.
I mean, have you ever seen somebody swing like that?
No,
like, she's just unreal, and I love playing with her. She makes me better. Every single time that she goes up to swing, she's lethal, and she's looking for the kill. And she just makes everybody better with her competitiveness and her push-up strength. You should see her in the weight room. That girl is strong, and you can see it when she swings. Love it.
All right, why Muhammad Ali?
What do you mean?
Why Muhammad Ali? Why is he an inspiration for you?
Oh my God, I grew up with Muhammad Ali, and one of his #1 things was that he always came into every single fight with all the confidence in the world, regardless of whether everybody in the world believed in him or not. He believed in himself, and I'm really trying to embody that every single day that I come in here, regardless of how my little inner self is talking to me, just trying to push through it and come in with confidence, like Muhammad Ali.
You need an inner Muhammad, a little inner Muhammad Ali.
I'm loving the energy and the fire right now.
I'm not as quick-witted as he was, but definitely a very inspiring human to me.
Well, you were quick on the court tonight, that's for sure. Closing those blocks, did an unbelievable job.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Corey Crocker and Team King take the victory. 240 points individually for her, 140 team points earned by Team King, and they come up with the overall win. And they came in a little streak there for Crocker.
It really did. I mean, it was nice. It was nice to see her get some offense going, and then her block got going right after that.
Overall win for Team King. De La Cruz, who we think started that roll forward, finishes with 20 kills and led the match with 370 total points. That will have her rising up the Geico leaderboard. Leah Edmond had another pretty good night as the top point scorers are on display, and
all from Team King.
Yeah, and that has tended to happen. It gives you an idea how important those team points are.
We talked about that a little bit last night. It's so important. You get those wins. You even have players that are on the bench that haven't played that are racking up points just because their team's winning, and that moves you up the leaderboard.
About 65% or so from your team actions, about 30% from your individual, and then the MVP points. So you have to have the MVP voting as we look at the Geico leaderboard as it stands now. Leah Edmond had another good night, still 546 for her in the overall. This is from last night and tonight. Remember, it's start to finish, bookending the whole season. These points, she was voted MVP last night. Kentucky showed up for her after she showed out here in Dallas. So the MVP voting yet to be done for this match. We will be adding points to somebody. I think I know a couple of players, and you can vote if you go join the Unlimited Club, MVP or higher level. You get to vote with the players and add points to your player for the actual scoreboard and the championship. 68-65, Betty De La Cruz pumped, and she took control in a couple of ways, and it worked.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
Team King celebrating the victory over Team Clark 68-65. A superlative performance from Betania de la Cruz, the Dominican Republic native and longtime professional player. Showed out during this one, and Salima, her heat is evident from contact one.
I mean, it's impossible to dig when you see her go up and just bang the ball, but she had everything. She had every shot in the book. It was her vision and her IQ that really carried this team, but it was her personality as well. She was firing her team up and said, hey, let's go, you guys. We can win this, and we need to win it.
And she started to take control. You started talking to everybody as well. Another match yet to come tonight. Remember, we have 2 matches a night, 3 nights in a row, 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Team Cruz and Team Sibelden will face off. Purple, Sibelden coming off of a victory. Gold and Cruz coming off of a loss. What are you expecting in this one?
Well, it's going to be an interesting matchup. Team Cruz wasn't able to come away with 1 set last night, and that was not because they were playing so poorly. It was just they didn't get it done, but Team Sibelden looked really, really good, really tough. A lot of experienced national team players that have played together with one another. Their rhythm is good, the vibe was good. So anything can happen here, but last night it was Team Sibelden that looked a little bit cleaner and better on the night.
And throughout our league this year, we will have theme matches. Each one of the weekends, we'll have one of the matches that is a theme. Tonight is Black History Month, of course, it being February. And we're going to have a nice conversation with Kim Oden, one of the legends of the game.
It'll be really nice to talk to Kim Oden. She's, you know, someone that I looked up to when I was playing volleyball, and one of the members of the national team who has such great perspective and was a phenomenal player. So I'm really looking forward to talking to her.
And I want to know what it was like to be a black player in the mid-'80s. I mean, you went through it early on. There's more now, but what was it like back then?
Well, it's going to be interesting to talk to her about it. You know, certainly my perspective was a little bit different. I had a lot of black athletes that I looked up to on the national team, which was kind of cool and different. And I saw that and I said, that's where I can go. That's where I can get to. I wasn't surrounded by it on a daily basis, so that was interesting. But I had that. I had Kim and the rest of her teammates to look up to.
Kim and her sisters come to mind.
That's right.
Yeah,
Elena.
as well as Flo Hyman.
Yes, that's
one of the greats for volleyball of all time. All right, you are encouraged to interact with us whenever we are here 3 nights a week, and get on AU Pro Sports. That's AU Pro Sports, if I could say it right here. AUProsports.com on Instagram or on Twitter. We want you to be a part of the conversation. We've had a lot of interaction mid-match via Twitter. Cassie Lickman's parents checking in during this time, and we hope you will check in at some point. Chris Thomas, he was on the national team with me back in the day, now coaching at Illinois.
Love to see Chris Thomas on here, and it's nice to see all the collegiate programs watching, all their coaches. Everyone's fired up. You know, they want to see sports. They want to see pro sports, and to have professional volleyball in the United States is huge right now. People are fired up.
And I'd forgotten how much I missed it when we had our scrimmage, and I was watching off the end line. Thought, this is outstanding. We know college teams, high school teams are all watching Mandarin High School volleyball. Hope you guys are enjoying it from home. Looks like they are. #BeUnlimited.
Well, all the high school teams that are watching, you can learn. You watch, and now there's something to aspire to in the United States. You hear about professional volleyball, and you think overseas. I have to go overseas. What is that going to be like? Well, guess what? You don't have to do that anymore. You can aspire to play here in the country.
And we want more young women aspiring to play. Serving underserved communities are the Starlings. Co-founder Kim Oden. It's a big part of getting that organization underway, and they are enjoying it, tweeting out on their Instagram account. Looks like they're watching the first ever AU Pro Volleyball match with some of the best players in the world. I think you know Alyssa D'Erico.
I know Alyssa D'Erico. Oh, I know she's such a fan. Look at her. Tune in and support these incredible female athletes and keep the league going. Thank you so much, Nummy. Nummy's her nickname. Thanks for tweeting out,
What's the
Nummy.
history on that one?
I'll tell you that another time. It's too long for the air.
I think a lot of people had the double screen experience going. I saw lots of good photos because people were watching college matches, watching professional matches, all at the same time. So much for you, the volleyball fan, to consume. Make sure you're with us Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. Looks like Alex Cabal is going to be with us.
Absolutely, and it looks like he likes the ISO, the picture-in-picture. That's been a fun, nice little feature that we have. We're trying to catch streaky players, follow them around as we go through the course of the match. So love that you're loving it, Alex.
And remember, we will have that theme match tonight on Fox Sports 1. We will see who comes out on top as Nico Crocker checks in. Finally, some pro volleyball in the United States. Yeah, can we get more exclamation points after that, please, Nico? I like it. League format is unique and play is competitive. Props to them for starting it in the pandemic. Yeah, pushing through. The Johns did a great job with that. John Patrikoff, John Soros.
Well, it's been such a challenge for everyone to get this going and to make it happen. And it's been unbelievable how it's just pushed forward. Everyone in every department is serious about what we're doing and making it happen. And everyone taking the pandemic very seriously here in the Shield. And we're pulling it off. We're here.
22 of the 30 matches will be on television, CBS Sports Network, and across Fox 1 and Fox Sports 2. And then we'll have some that are on digital as well. People checking in, Hal Rohr there. We'll have a whole bunch for you. Interact with us on those. We'll try and give you a little different view of the court. We sent Salima down on the court mid-match. And I don't mean sideline. I mean on the actual playing surface. And hopefully once a night, when you wear camo, we will play Where's Lima?
I'm going to hide. I'm definitely going to try and hide and see if you can find me. But I tell you, it's been fun. You know, Hal's getting a chance to watch this, and a lot of people are watching collegiate volleyball right now. We're in the middle. They shifted the college volleyball season, and I think it's nice to see just that next level. You know, it's a lot more explosive, higher at the net.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern on CBS Sports Network, it will be Team King once again taking on Team Cruz. Each team plays each team throughout the weekend. And we have back-to-back 9 p.m. Eastern slots for FS1. Remember, we have Cruz taking on Sebelden. And then we'll finish out on Fox Sports 1 tomorrow evening. Another exciting match and an outstanding comeback performance from Team King as they pick up their first win of this young season. Won't you join us again for Athletes Unlimited Volleyball? For my partner, Salima Rockwell, I am Kevin Barnett. It has been our pleasure bringing you this from Dallas, Texas. We will see you again for more professional volleyball in the United States.